She goes to meet his sister in the imperial study room. Empress, he was very angry while working. She said if it wasn't for the fact that I couldn't show cultivation in front of my husband, how could my husband be pushed away by the crowd? Fortunately husband is safe, but almost hurt husband's enmity. Even death is not enough to appease my anger. Suddenly a sound comes that the dignified queen of the Shenfeng kingdom is actually too excited about this. It was Princess Lai. She said, it seems my sister really likes that man. Empress, he was embarrassed. She asked Princess Lai why is she here. Princess laughs and said I have brought something for Empress. She give Empress a gift. Princess said your husband is so ordinary. Did he give you some medicine? Why are you so fascinated about him? You marry him and take care of his diet. Empress pet Princess head and said you still young and can't understand this love between men and women. Empress, he while blushing said although your brother-in-law is very ordinary and is only in the 5th level of foundation, but only when I am with him, my heart will feel peaceful and happy. There are many happy things to do. Princess asked what happy thing can make sister so fascinated. Empress, he gets embarrassed and look at Princess. Princess gets scared when Empress look at her like that. Empress, he pulled her cheeks and said, obviously a child don't have to know so much. Princess was in pain and said sorry to her. When Empress, he looks in front, she saw that it's almost sunset. She said it's not good, it's too late. I usually go back to the palace to do errands while husband is visiting the store. She was too scared thinking that an accident happened today. She have to go back as soon as possible. If husband go back and not find her, he will get worried. Princess turned around to talk to Empress, but Empress was not there. Empress runs towards her home. When Princess saw her, she said, it's too hard, is this the world of adults? On the other side, Hong was too anxious. He said, where did the wife go? I didn't see her along the way. He said that if the realm is opened, no matter where the wife is I can found her instantly. He said returning to the state of immortal is actually so anxious. Suddenly the front door opens. Inside was Empress. When she was Hong all worried, she runs and hugged him. She said, husband, you are finally back. Hong said, I didn't find you along the way, so I was really worried to death. She said, I was also worried and want to go find you, but I was afraid that you will suddenly come back and won't be able to see me. Hong hugged her again. He thought that this made my wife so worried. I will take time to meet the person behind the scenes and let him have a good taste of the consequences of making my wife worry. When Hong tied that assassin, he looks at that assassin's memory to see who is behind the scenes. Hong saw a man who was behind everything, but Hang knows that right now there are more urgent things to do. Empress, he hold his hand and said, food is ready, let's go eat. Hong said, okay, I was looking for you for so long. My stomach is starving. They seats on the table, then Hong asked his wife to feed him. Empress, he said okay. She picked up the food with her chopsticks and told Hong to eat as much as you want. Otherwise I will be angry. Hong was very happy. He eats it and said, don't worry, no matter how much I eat, I will consume it at night. Empress, he was embarrassed. She called Hong little bastard. Hong gets excited and pick her up into his arms. He said my wife's meal is delicious. Hong was full of energy now. Empress, he was embarrassed. She called him liar and said you obviously want to do bad things. After that they have a very lovely night with each other. Next day, both of them were having breakfast. While eating, Hong said if I can't eat my wife's food one day, I am afraid I will starve to death. Empress, he smiles in embarrassment and said there are so many big restaurants outside as well as flower building. There are beauties inside. Wouldn't it be more fragrant than her rough rice? It would be more fun if few bunny girls are here. Hong was scared because Empress, he still remembers the bunny girl. Hong picked up a sausage and feed her. He told her to eat enough to have the strength to sleep. When she eats it, she told him to never try to please her with a sausage. She said, I am thirsty, I want to drink thick rice soup. Hong feed her soup with his hand. She was happy. She thought that being able to marry husband is the happiest thing in her life. Hong was happy, but he know that he have to protect his wife. He know that this kind of fairy-like day couldn't be exchanged for 3 realms. When they seats on their bed after eating, Empress, he put her leg on Hong's lap and said, I have been shopping for so long today. I met those bad people that all broke my legs. Hong smiled and hold her legs and said, I will give wife a good rub. Empress, he was little embarrassed when Hong was rubbing her legs. While rubbing, Hong said, wife, Fengjing City is a little unstable now. How about we move out? Empress, he was surprised when she hears Hong. Hong said, I will find a place with mountains and water. I will farm and fish, you will cook and weave. Just hug each other every day and grow old, isn't it okay? Empress, he really want to go with her husband. But if she leave now, the other kings are bound to be in chaos. Empress, he said, I don't want to. She started crying and said, I don't want to move. I am used to living here. Snacks in Fengqi Alley, Rouge of Well City. There is also the aromatherapy of Chunfeng Pavilion. which everyone is reluctant to bear. When Hong saw her crying, he got worried. To stop her, Hong said, "We don't have to go, we just need to be more careful in the future." Hong thought that it's me who didn't think much about it. As long as I get rid of the uneasy factor, make the whole city safer. Won't it work? The key is to make the wife happy. On the other side, Empress didn't expect that this assassination would make her husband so worried about her. She thought that husband goes to the store tomorrow, I must hurry up and find out who is behind the scenes. Hong was thinking that this assassination made the wife so frightened. I will pretend to go to the store tomorrow and then hurry up and chat with the guts who are behind the scenes. Hong thought that I can't let my wife encounter this kind of danger again. Empress, he thought that I can't let my husband encounter this kind of danger again. Next day, when Hong was leaving for his shop, Empress kisses him. Hong told her that he is going to the store. Empress told him to come back sooner. She said, "Come back early, I will wait for you to come back for dinner." When Hong was walking, he was thinking of settling the bill completely with those people. He said, "There can only be beauty and sweetness in my wife's world. With me present in Fengjing City, there will be absolutely no chaos." When Hong comes out of the house, he goes into an ally. When no one was looking, he unsealed his 1,000,000 points. Hong fly into the sky. This attracts everyone's attention. Hong was floating into the air. He fly towards a mansion and stopped on top of it. In the study room of the mansion, a man was scolding another man that, "Why have the people they sent out disappeared?" That man, who is very angry, is King Ning. He said, "Who the hell did it? Is there no clue at all?" Other man, "To be able to do it so quietly, it is the hand of some strong person." King Ning said, "It's impossible. How is it possible to make a group of great cultivators in the concentrate realm disappear out of thin air? Not to mention the Shen Feng dynasty. Even the entire Nanju can't find anyone who can do it." Other man said, "Could it be an immortal?" King Ning said, "It's impossible. Where are the immortals in the world? If there are immortals who want to do things, the entire Shen Feng dynasty is not enough to watch." King Ning was very angry. He said, "If Fan Yu was assassinated in the street, the entire Fengjing City would inevitably be in turmoil. He has reason to dispatch the Black Dragon army to pacify Theme Chaos and can take back the throne that should belong to him from the ugly woman." By ugly women, he was referring to Empress, who is the current queen of Shen Feng City. The other man was also disappointed. He said, "After so many years of plan, it should be foolproof. What a pity." He said, "After this time, the Empress will definitely strengthen her vigilance. It will be difficult to come here." Suddenly all of them hear a voice, "Instead of complaining here, it's better to take care of their kind and save their life." Everyone was alert. King Ning asked, "Who is it?" The yellow hair man saw something. That was Hong, who was like a ghost. King Ning said, "What a rat dare to trespass the king's mansion." He was confused, thinking, how did that person get in? The palace is heavily guarded. The lowest ones here are all great cultivators, and there are 3 masters of the profound. No one found out. Hong told him that he don't need to know who he is, but he should remember the words, "Keep theirselves safe and don't disturb Fengjing City." King Ning said, "You hiding head and showing tail. What kind of thing is it now? Why should I listen to you?" King Ning was thinking that, "I has worked so hard to plan for so many years, and everything is ready. How can I give up because of a little threat?" King Ning said, "Don't you know how to live or die? There is a crouching tiger and hidden dragon in my mansion, and you are alone, dare to threaten me. Why don't you ask the senior master in the mansion to agree or not?" The guy in hoodie was smiling. He is Master Black, who killed the powerhouse of the 5th level of Profound. He once destroyed a city, making the whole Nanzhao feel the fear of the big devil. King Ning dedicated his favorite concubine to him before drawing him over. He is the #1 expert in the mansion. Master Black teared the hoodie and said, "Since you are here, you wouldn't leave alive." He used his dark magic to attack Hong. His attack formed a skull shape and goes towards Hong. Hong smiled and said, "Unreasonable Junior, dare to take action against this deity." Hong only used his 2 fingers and released lots of spiritual energy and destroyed that black skull. That attack didn't stop and killed Master Black with it. There was smoke everywhere in which King Ning and others were standing. There was only Master Black's shadow remain. All the other guys were too scared. King Ning fall on the ground. He said, "This is impossible, he must be dreaming." Hong said, "Oh, I will wake you up then." He shoots a spiritual energy beam between King Ning's legs. King Ning was too scared, he peed in his pants. Hong said, "If you don't listen to me, insist on disturbing Feng Jing's peace, this will be your fate." After saying that, Hong disappeared into thin air. That yellow hair man asked King Ning if he is okay. He asked King Ning what do will they next. Other masters who were with Master Black were also scared. They asked King Ning what to do. Even the Black Kill was killed in seconds. The throne was hopeless. King Ning was very angry. He slammed the table and shouted, "This throne originally belonged to me. I am dragon among men. How could I be frightened by such trivial matters?" Yellow-haired man asked him what to do then. King Ning said, "Isn't this man a super expert? Go and take my secret order. Find someone from the 6 sects. Look at that black shadow that can instantly kill Master Black. He should be at least at the 4th level of divine fire. There are such old monsters in the 6 major sects. I will give you a right." He stands on the table and said, "For the throne I has sacrificed myself." Go and told them to bring out those super combat powers who are cultivating behind their backs. What do they want? I will satisfy them. That yellow hair man, while laughing, asked King Ning if he want to change his clothes first. When King Ning looks down, he saw that he had peed himself. He was too embarrassed. He told all of them to get out. Then outside in the market, Hong was walking. He said, "It's still early, so why don't I go for a walk?" He noticed some people coming. They were releasing some kind of demonic kai. When Hong saw them, he thought the inner circle of Feng Jing is really filthy. These man exudes a familiar demon energy. It's so flamboyant on the street. Want to do things again. He thought, I have to go and see if something happens that affects wife's mood. It will be a big problem. Hong saw those men entering a palace. Hong thought, this is King Yu's palace. One of the 4 kings with different surnames in the Shen Feng dynasty. Are all the kings so restless? Hong was very angry. Immortals from the lower realms, obviously so weak, yet each one is full of ambitions. Always trying to disturb the love and affection between me and my wife. It's still early anyway, so I should deal with it along the way. He goes inside that palace. In King Yu Palace's secret room, a man in a black hoodie was standing. A different man come to him. He greets that man who was in the black hoodie. He said, "Venerable Yan, what are the instructions?" Hong was also in that room, but he make his body invisible. He was seating beside them on a chair. He thought that King Yu, who covered the sky with one hand in the Shen Feng dynasty, was so respectful to this venerable. Hong smiled because this person's method has a kind of familiar to him. The Shen Feng dynasty had 4 kings with different surnames. They are King Yu, King Wu, King Yu, and King Mu. Their ancestors followed the Emperor Shen Feng to conquer this dynasty and made great contributions. The throne was hereditary and the descendants would enjoy the grace forever. Now that the royal family is on the decline, the prestige and power of the 4 royal palaces are on par with the royal palace. Vulnerable Yan said, cult leader is going to open a branch of the evil god cult in Nanju, and this matter is solely responsible for it. King Yu blow down in front of him and said, "I will not disappoint the cult leader." That black hoodie guy also gets on his knees and said, "The brilliance of the great evil god will surely benefit the entire Zwandian territory. Believers like me are willing to dedicate everything, including my own life, to the great cause of the evil god." Hong thought that it's really mixed up. There are so many people behind the scenes trying to doing things. Does this mean they don't want my wife to have a quiet life? That hoodie guy being out a statue for his bag. And said, "This time the cult leader ordered me to give you a Dharma image, blessed by the evil god. It contains the supreme demonic power of Lord Evil God. It can be worshipped every day. At critical moments, it can save your life." King Yu accepted that statue and said, "Thanks for the protection of the evil god." When Hong saw that statue, he was surprised. Isn't this the evil god of the little devil? As an unparalleled demon venerable, Hong has 10 major demon generals as juniors, each of which is a super powerhouse at the peak of the demon emperor realm. And this evil god is the junior of the Gore Emperor. It is the junior of Hong's junior. Hong said, "It looks like my junior's junior is doing something. Should I beat up Gore and give a warning?" But he thought that if I twist Gore's ear and told him that his junior has been a little bit mess around recently, Gore will blow down and ask me to spare his life. He would say his junior is conscientiously reeking and hasn't done anything good if his junior does anything. But Hong thought, this is not. Demons follow the demon Tao and destroy everywhere. There's nothing wrong with them. Hong said, "Forget it, let's see what they're going to do next." If the tranquility of Fengjing City was detoured, it would not be too late to take action against them. When Hong come out of that palace, he thought, I should remind Empress Shinfeng to prepare early, or give her some pointers to practice and help her improve her strength in several realms, so that she can stop this situation. Protect my and my wife's comfortable and ordinary life. Hong said, if I had known, I would bring 2 little demon generals out to run errands. I wouldn't have to do it myself. When he looks at the sky, he said, it's getting late, I have to go back. Hong said, it's decided, I should find some time and go to the palace and train that unsatisfactory Empress. On the other side at home, Empress, he was worried. She said, what's the matter with husband? Why haven't he come back at this hour? Will there be more riots? She waits for him while walking around. She gets angry while waiting. She said, these stinky mice, I must clean up all of them as soon as possible. She wanted to go out and look for him but thought that what if husband comes back? She thought I should mobilize all the 6 sects and search the whole city. Just make sure that the husband is safe but don't disturb the husband. Suddenly a voice comes, wife. Husband is back. Empress, he was surprised. It was Hong. Empress, he was angry. She said, ghost, where did you go? Why did you only come back now? Hong knows that she is angry because she would only call him a ghost at times like this. He was hiding a wooden box and was already prepared. He shows that to her and said, husband, prepare this for you. Empress, he take that. When she opens it, there was a hairpin in it. She asked, why did you buy it? Hong hold her hand. He gets near her face and asks, wife, do you still remember 10 years ago today? It was on the bank of the rainy river when we first met. Empress, he said yes. She was blushing and said, that day I was 16 years, chased by gangsters, and while running away from them, I collided with a man and falls on the ground. That day I met my husband, hiding me underwater. I just escaped the catastrophe. Hong hugged her and said that day was the beginning of our relationship. I searched for a long time, and found this phoenix hairpin for you as an anniversary gift. He said, although it is just an ordinary hairpin, I hoped wife will not dislike it. Hong put that hairpin on her hair. Empress, he cover her face. She was crying. She call husband. Hong call wife. When Hong gets near her, she gets angry and asks, where did you get the money to buy a hairpin? Hong didn't prepare an answer for that. Empress, he grabbed his ears and asked, did you secretly hide you private money behind my back? Hong said, I saved money to buy a hairpin for wife today. She start laughing as she was just teasing him. She said, now the money is not easy to make. Why buy this thing? She said, wouldn't it be nice for me to buy some more fabric and make some decent clothes for husband? Hong was very happy. He goes near her. Then they kiss each other. They were on their house door and some people were watching them. When Hong and Empress, he saw them. Both of them looks at each other and run inside their house. Hong said, oops, intoxicated for a while, forgot the place. Continue. She was embarrassed but asked him, just keep going. Again they kiss each other inside their house. They spanned a lovely night again. In midnight when Empress he wake up, she saw Hong sleeping beside her. She said, this hairpin is much more precious than the rare treasures presented by the princes and ministers at the annual birthday banquet. I will take it with me forever. She touched Hong's chest and said, husband, I love you. She kisses him and said good night. Another beautiful day. They slept well. Next day in Hong's workplace, he was making wooden statue of female goddess. Suddenly someone opened the door by kicking on it. They shouted, where is the shop owner? Hong knows that they are the people of 6th department. Hong was very angry. He knows that the leader of the team is the 1st level of Kai gathering. The few followers behind him are the 8th or 9th level of foundation. The 6th department are also declining. There are no talents. Hong said, I'm coming. He goes there and said, Lord, I am the owner of the shop. Hong humbly asked him, what are they looking for? They said, by the order of the Queen of Feng we investigate the assassination of General Fu. Hong asked if they come to the wrong place. That office said, after investigation, we suspects that you have something to do with those assassins. Hong gets angry but then he calmed down. He said, Lord, you are wronged. I am just an ordinary person at the 6th level of foundation. How could I have anything to do with assassins? That officer said, does it matter? Do you have the final say? Hong gets very angry. He released lots of demonic energy. Those officers get scared. They said, what's going on? Why do we feel cold for a while? Hong make a spiritual fire in his hand. But he thought that it's a not pleasure to kill them for him, in case more people from 6th department are provoked. It's not good to make things bigger. He thought that my wife likes to live here for her. I has to endure bankruptcy is to silence them quietly. Hong called them and said that, my business is a small business and it hasn't opened today. I have no money. Can I accommodate 1 or 2? May I go back, get the money and come here to serve? That man shouted, no money, go back and get it. Do you think the officer is free? There are still so many stores that I haven't searched. He destroyed Hong's table and said, waiting for you to go back. I am afraid you will pack up and run away. Hong was barely controlling his anger. He said, please rest assured, Lord. That man called others to take Hong to the 6th department prison. They tied Hong on the ground. Hong thought, for the wife I have to endure till dark at most. The upper beam is not straight, the lower beam is crooked. Hong planned to destroy him but now his family is finished. Hong looked at that man, said, this man is going to say hello to people in hell. 18 levels of hell, let them take turns to enjoy 1,000,000 times, then let them reincarnate as pigs. Officer told other guys to inform Hong's family to come to 6th department to get money to redeem him. That officer looks at Hong and said that, if they can't take him out, he will be executed as an assassin, and they will receive a reward from the boss. On the other side in Hong's house, Empress he was drying the clothes. She took Hong's clothes and hugged it. She said after adding a little husband's taste I can go to the palace to do errands. Suddenly she hears someone knocking on their house door. She run there and open the door and ask, "Who are you looking for?" That man said, "Is it Hong's home?" She said, "Yeah, what's the matter?" They showed her a paper and said, "We suspect that you man has something to do with the assassination of General Fu. If want to be freed, bring the money to the 6th Department prison to redeem him." Empress he looks at that man angry. That man throws that paper and told her to don't be late. While leaving they said, "Hurry up, there are many more to send." Empress he thought it's 6th Department, how did this happen? She pick up that paper and said, "I was wondering why the crime rate is so high. The crime rate has not been able to go down. But it turned out to be unjustly imprisoned. Collect black money behind my back." She was very angry that how dare they do that. She burnt that paper in her hands. She said, "There are such scumbags in the court who captured my husband. Dare to touch my man, are they courting death?" She decided to go and save her husband first, and then let the palace handle it. She collected money in a box and thought this should be enough. She used thousands of miles of sound transmission method and sent message with a spiritual bird. That bird fly to the palace. On the other side those 6th Department guys put Hongs into a prison. Hong shouted, "Lord, it's injustice." Another man from another cell said, "Injustice, Lord, the little man is illiterate. How could it be possible to communicate with the enemy by letter?" A different man from another prison said, "Sir, you are wrong. I am a blind man, how can I peep at the girl's bath?" A man who is in the same cell as Hong said, "Sir, the little man had an accident when he was a child, his legs were broken, how could stole the official's house?" That official told Hong that these are people who can't afford to pay. He said, "If your family can't bring 100 taels of silver, then don't even think about going out." Hong said, "Don't worry, my wife will bring the money." That official, "This man is still funny, now I can buy some things for the roses to please her. She didn't let me touch her for several days." Hong control himself, but he was angry because they let his wife worry about him. This money is their reminder. Suddenly a guy come and told that official that Hong's wife is here. The officer told him to bring her. Hong looks at the door. Empress he comes running calling husband. When Hong saw her he shouted, "Wife, husband is okay, don't be afraid." When that official saw Empress he said, "Hong, you are so blessed. She is such a peerless beautiful girl. You two must be singing every night." Hong was now very angry. He start thinking if there's any way to keep his wife from realizing that it was him and kill these guys in an instant. Empress he goes to that official and said, "Here's the silver, now let go of my husband." Empress he thought such a scum came out of the 6th Department. It's a shame for the entire Shenfeng dynasty. It's time for a big cleanup and get these worms and their families out. When she offered him that box of money, that official tried to touch Empress he's hand. He was smiling like a pervert. Empress he free her hand and shouted, "What are you doing?" That official throw that box on the ground and said, "I suddenly found out that you man has more clues about collaborating with the enemy. 100 taels is not enough." That official thought such a peerless stunner marry such a powerless waste. What a waste. Empress he was angry. She asked him what do he want. That officer laughed and said, "Come with me and be his concubine. Then I would considering letting you husband go." Hong was very angry that he melted those prison bars with his hands. Empress he said, "You so lawless, are you not afraid that your boss will punish you for using power for personal gain?" Officers laugh at her and said they are scared to death. Empress he said, "If you are afraid then let them go." Official laughs and, "But my boss is my uncle, so why would I get scared?" Both Hong and Empress he was very angry. They can't take it anymore. Bullying my soulmate like this. Even if reveal the identity, I must chop this beast to pieces first. Then explain later. Empress he thought, I can't let them die too soon. She summons fire in her and said, "I will burn him alive with heart-burning palm." Hong also thought that he can't let them die in an instant. It's too cheap for them. Just use the bone-turning force to smash the bones of their whole body, turning them into a pool of rotten meat. Suddenly someone shouted, "Presumptuous." He said, "Is the 6th Department actually know the law and break the law? Do you still have the law of kingdom in your eyes and Her Majesty the Empress?" That man looks like some kind of noble. He was very. Those officials don't know him. They said, "Who are you dare to run wild at the 6th Department?" He ordered other officers to grab that man. There was one more guy with that noble man and he was very angry. That man directly goes and slaps that official in face and said, "Little bastard, who gave you dog guts?" Officials call him uncle and said, "Uncle, why are you hitting me?" Officer's uncle again slap him and said, "Bastard, kneel down and kowtow." The official kneeled down in front of that noble man and asked for forgiveness. He said, "I am little blind dog, please forgive me." His uncle kicked him and told him to don't open his mouth. That official slaps himself. When Hong and Empress he saw all this, they released their power. Both of them thought this noble man come at the right time. They don't have to expose their power now. That nobleman said, Director Zhang, you are such a big dog. The court arrested the suspects, but you actually took the opportunity to make money. Shame on the majesty of the imperial court. Damaged the reputation of Her Majesty the Empress. That official and his uncle kneel down in front of that nobleman and ask for forgiveness. Nobleman told other officers to take them down. That nobleman noticed Hong and Empress in a side. When he looks at Empress, she was very angry. That nobleman gets too scared seeing her. He bowed before them and said, I was not strict and it almost caused a catastrophe. Empress, he called him Lord and said, Lord must decide for me and other common people. Absurd things like oppressing good people actually happened at the feet of the Empress. Do we have to wait for people to live in trembling all day long?